Welcome in, beautiful souls. If you're new here, welcome in. And everyone that's returning, so glad to have you back. Let me tell you something a little funny. You're probably going to hear a lot of noise during this reading, a lot of pounding and thumping, and I'm going to explain a little bit of why that is. It was quiet literally all weekend. I'm doing this reading on Sunday the 14th, and I did, if you've seen my last video, which was about having the archetype of the wounded healer, I slacked off with doing my spiritual protection of my space, of myself, my pets, and I did a big ritual this morning, and ever since the whole house has erupted in pounding, slamming doors, windows, thumping, stomping. Lots going on. So if you can just bear with me, I'm sorry. So I know that it's upset the negative energy that actually when I was doing that reading, I even heard a high-pitched screaming, and I think that was releasing that negative energy from here. A few people had actually made comments that they also heard that during the video. So this video today is about auras, and I did actually do this video the same day I did the Wounded Healer one. However, 17 minutes in, the video stopped recording, and I'm not really sure why. And it was a really cool video too, because I had cards sitting here, and cards literally like 1, 2, 3 flew off onto the table without me touching them, and it had everything to do with the reading. It was pretty intense and freaky, but of course didn't record it, so there's nothing I can do. So I thought that maybe that was just specifically for me after talking to a new friend that I made through the comments, actually. So shout out to Stephanie. It helped me process what was really going on, and I really believe that maybe that reading was just for me. So I'm going to redo this reading for the collective. And so I'm just going to begin here. So there's, for empaths that have gone through, all the stages have actually come through the other side. That there's, there was somebody that was asking, like, why is it that we get attacked the way we do? And, could I do a video on it? And I said, well, I'll ask my guides. So when you guys ask those kind of questions in the comments and I read them, my guides actually keep that in mind, and they will, when the time is right. Now, I don't always know when that's going to be, but they clearly kept this in mind. And this, actually, I wrote this all down last week, like I said, and I did the reading 2 days ago, but it was just, kaputty. So, I mean, I might still post it, but it's not gonna be as good as it was when I originally did it. But so I'm just gonna begin. So there are 9 specific auras that we carry in our that we carry everywhere we go. So auras are really powerful and can shift rooms, and they expose darkness without a single word being spoken. And your presence carries an invisible flame that others sense it. So some feel it like light, and others take it as a darkness. So some people get very threatened by you because your aura is so divinely dangerous. Now, and heavily protected. Like, I'm having a hard time saying that. So, not that you're dangerous as you're a physical threat to anyone. Well, I guess for the darkness you are a physical threat because it interrupts their agenda, right? So, okay, my guides keep drawing me. I have to stop for a moment. They keep drawing me to bring out this deck here. So they won't let me go on. That's why, because on the bottom, look. Okay. So this says protection, clarity, spiritual wisdom. So I guess they want to show you like the different auras that you carry in all the different levels. So there's 9 in particular that they want to talk about here. So, and this is actually one of the cards that came out in the original reading. So the first aura that you carry is an aura of discernment. That is, the discernment is basically you're a truth detector. So you know when somebody's lying to you. You can walk into a room, you can feel the energy, you can assess people. Like, you know, when people start speaking, you can tell who is telling the truth and who is lying, basically. Like, you can perceive people's, you can sense people's energy, you can perceive their envy or their hate or the deceit that they carry. Now, the second one is the aura of authority. So the authority that you carry, your voice demands attention. And I don't mean like in a loud way. I mean that like when you speak, your words carry weight. Now, you know, and also your silence carries power. So when you're not speaking, you carry power. When you do speak, your words carry weight. You understand? Okay, so, you know, and your enemies can sense that and they also fear it. So that could be why people could lash out at you at times. Now, the third one is you have an unshakable faith. So like when people are like gossiping or my dog's at it, or you have like there's like some kind of loss or heartache or betrayal, some type of hardship, like you have that resilience, and every time you get through that you rise a little bit higher. And I believe that's why right now there's a lot of energy. Hold on, I gotta see what the dog wants. My goodness, every time. Yes. Okay, you want to come in? All right. There's no nothing's hidden here. Your bones are not hidden in here. Okay, that's a first for her to come in. The husky came in, entered the room. Okay, so anyone that has sent love to her, she's healed quite quickly. So thank you for all that healing love. And she's doing much better. She had the zoomies. I took them to the lake today. My guides had informed me not to go into the woods. There's a space there that I go, a big rock actually, big boulder. And I sit there and this tree actually comes and its branch sits on my shoulder while I do my meditations with nature. Oh, your bone wasn't here. Anyway, this place is where it's a very sacred place for me and my guides. And that's where usually like my dragons will come and things like that. So I think that's why my dragon was so ticked off the other day, because that space has now been tainted. So I don't know what they're doing. So they want me to stay away. So I have gone to the lake instead. Oh, I'm going to keep checking the camera because I'm afraid it's going to stop running because, you know, all the thumping going on here today. Okay, so let me get back to this. So we were talking about your third aura, which is the unshakable faith. So when, like I said, when people are gossiping or being, you know, causing betrayals or hardships or whatever, you rise up from that, right? And you like work through it. And that resilience creates, I don't know how to put it. It creates, well, it creates confidence in you. And when you have that confidence that you've gone through something really terrible, you know, you're almost like, well, if I made it through that, I can pretty much make it through anything kind of thing. And when that happens, that gives you this, it's like an empowerment. And you know that your guides are helping you. You know what I mean? Like it's a way for you to embrace. Oh, the dog's chewing on the bone. It's really distracting. I'm sorry. I swear to God, I don't know what's happening. Well, I do know what's happening because I'm going to tell you, I believe that thing, I think you're leveling up. So I think you're upgrading. And I'm going to tell you why when we get into the cards, because the message has been pretty clear to me today. And also Stephanie helped me, like, you know, do a little bit of introspection and a little bit of thinking and help me kind of figure things out a little bit, which, you know, she gave me a different perspective, right? So let's go on to the fourth aura. So the fourth aura that you carry is a hidden strength, basically, and that's because you have this unshakable faith. Sorry. So you could be very gentle and quiet and a reserved type, and that people will actually mistake you for being weak, and that is where they're going to go wrong. It makes you like often overlooked, and people underestimate you. I mean, they might even mock you at times, right? So the thing is, though, your aura conceals like a lot of strength. If you look at these all different colors here, like you would never think that there are like angel wings under all these auras, right? I mean, you might not even consider yourself to be an angel, but I'm going to tell you that you are definitely some sort of angel. Like if you're an empath of any degree, you definitely come from like angels. So the fifth one is the divine protection. So this is like a spiritual shield. Like people can't see, it's invisible, right? So say, for instance, like I'll just use myself for an instance. Like I lost my brakes on the highway doing 80 miles an hour, and the highway was going like down a hill, and at the very end there was a light set, and it was going into an industrial park when I was my earlier days when I was working. My daughter was only like 4 years old, and I realized I could hear the brakes blow, and I literally lost all brakes on the car. All 4 brake lines went, and I mean, I literally started laughing hysterically. I don't even know why. But I did think about, oh no, like what about my daughter? What's going to happen to her? And I don't know, like I think I just started laughing. I just thought it was like kind of funny. And at the very last minute, I'm just like, oh my God, I was more concerned about hitting another vehicle and causing someone else to harm someone else. So I decided I was going to get into the outside lane, closer to like the shoulder where it was just all rock and gravel. And I thought, well, as I was getting closer, the light actually changed because there was straight on, the head set of lights was here, and there was like a turn off to go here. And so I got as far as over as I could, and I thought, well, if I rode on the rocks a little bit, it might pull me into the ravine, so I'll be the only one injured or killed, or it could slow down the vehicle. And I was trying to use the emergency brake, but it wasn't really doing much. However, as soon as I got there, like, and the traffic was going this way, right? But the light changed to green for here, so it made all the cars both ways this way to stop. And I'm telling you, it was completely divinely, controlled. Anyway, I was able to go on to, I was like, the tires were like, going around this corner, but I made it. And then I realized that there was a hill to a furniture store. So I actually coasted up the hill, which helped slow the car down. I was able to get up there, and I slammed on the brakes. But what was even funnier is when I crawled out of that car, I was on crutches at the time because I had the night before injured myself going down a flight of icy stairs and sprained my ankle, and I spent the entire night at the emergency. So it was just like one of those crazy times of life, you know what I'm saying? But so you could be somebody that, because you're so protected, that even something like that, you're not going to be harmed. Like nobody is going to be harmed in that whole situation. And you don't even know how you were able to make it out, you know what I mean? Because I couldn't believe it myself. And the fact that I was laughing, I think I was excited to go. I was more than ready to give up on this life, right? And, but evil knows that you're divinely protected. So they can throw all they want at you. But in this case, like in these kind of circumstances, no matter what, you're not going to be taken out. So the sixth one is the truth. So you carry the aura of truth. And this is where darkness cannot reside where there's truth. They really, truly despise it because you radiate honesty, integrity, and authenticity. And when you do that, liars and manipulators and deceivers can't be near you. And if they are near you, they can't be there for long. It drives them absolutely. And that's where you get a lot of that hate coming from, the jealousy, the anger, you know what I mean? People lash out at you and you're thinking like, what did I ever do to this person? You know what I mean? I didn't do anything to this person. But that's what it is because they're, see, a lot of this stuff happens in the subconscious and you know, you're not aware of it. I mean, you could just be at a party or like a get together at your families or something. And, you know, somebody will just, you know, start like, you know, trying to belittle you or mock you or, you know, try to lie in your face or whatever they're doing, right? But, you know, you see through them. And they see your spirit. They see your truth. And they can't handle it. They just can't. Now, the seventh one is the isolation, the aura of isolation. Now, this isolation is to separate you, you know, from the crowd, from, you know, to protect you. And I know that isolation can be very difficult. However, you know, that rejection is really protection. And also the isolation, it helps you to it helps you to have like your power, so your power is not deleted from you. It's though like, and you know, because toxic people can influence you even though you don't think they do. It's kind of like when like there's this whole group of people and they're being really toxic. It kind of does rub off on you, even though, you know, inside like you're just like, oh, these people are really gross and yucky. But you know, like in some way it can rub off even just a little bit and take you from being, you know, as authentic as you truly are. So this is a way to protect you from this kind of energy. And so the 8 is your aura of intimidation. Now, your presence is far greater than those people that you encounter around you. And the darkness will recognize you immediately. And that's where you'll find, like, you get, like, people will either love you or hate you. Like, you cannot, it's really hard to find, like, a happy medium, right? And the only time you're going to find that happy medium is when you're going to find people that are like you. And I know that it's not easy to find them because I just started recently finding the same, you know what I mean? Like I found them like through you guys, you know, like in the comments, you know, like, so we're just starting to find each other. And the reason being is because we had a lot of work to do to get to this stage. And, you know, we had to learn a lot of lessons so that we could then be able to support each other, right? Nuki, don't be messing around now. Don't be messing with that. You can eat one if you want, but just don't chew them and spit them up. Jesus, dog. So she has stomach issues, so I pick dandelion greens and I clean them and I freeze them and I add them in her food all through the winter. But I also dug up roots because I wanted to do some tea and freeze the tea into like ice cube trays. And the tea roots, like there's a lot of vitamins and stuff in them. And I have them just laying out on a napkin behind me. And of course she's like picking at them. So I think she's going to chew them up and spit them everywhere. You just leave those alone, okay? You good girl. She's definitely feeling better because she's getting into things. I'm really surprised she's in here, actually. Maybe because the house is really loud and, you know, she just doesn't like the energy out there. She prefers the energy in here. Okay, so that was the intimidation one. So the next one, the 9th one, is your aura of destiny. And people can sense you moving towards your destiny. So there could be a lot of greatness coming in. And you could be actually, you know, you could actually, some people could actually admire you, but also at the same time envy you. And this is where you can get a lot of that negative energy coming towards you. Now, also with the destiny, Nuki, this is where you know, people will either, they'll notice you. So they're either, like I said, like they'll either support you or oppose you again. So that's why I was saying, like, that's why I believe that a lot of you guys are leveling up. And I'm going to tell you that I just recently leveled up too. And I think that's why because I'll tell you, I've been really, really, really tired. So if you've been really, really, really tired, especially the past week or so before you find this video, and these videos are, of course, always timeless. So whenever you find it's the right time for you. So if you've been really tired, like the days leading up to finding this video, that's probably an indication that you're leveling up. And of course, when I get really, really tired, I tend to slack off on keeping my protection up, you know, wearing the armor of God, doing my cleansing of my space, cleansing of, you know, my spirit and all that, right? So I do tend to slack off, and I think that's why I've been receiving a lot of negativity, because I haven't been keeping my protection up, especially all last week. Now, when I, you know, just finished doing all the protection that I needed to do and cleansing all my space, that's when all the noise started to erupt in the house. I don't know if the noise, it's settled down now, so I don't even know if my mic was picking it up, but okay, so your destiny, it exposes you in a way which reveals other people's character and or their intent towards you. So, you know, these, and also to these people, like, this is all like on a subconscious level too. So these people aren't even like aware that they're being controlled by negative energies and stuff like that, but it doesn't excuse them from responsibility either, right? So when you start coming into your destiny, when you start coming into your greatness, let's say, or your abundance, you know, this proves to people that there is an existence of a higher power, right? Okay, so what I thought was very interesting is, okay, so I'm going to keep this out here. Spirit relationships, yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay, so these are the three same cards that came out. I wasn't even going to bring up this deck, but clearly they want these cards. So I'm going to move this deck out of the way here. You know what I thought was pretty cool too was when I pulled out this deck here, I shuffled it. When I turned it over, it says Star Being Healing Codes, important information, wounds are healed, recharging. And I'm going to tell you that I think that because it has to do with this new moon. Now, this is the 14th of June, but like I said, before any new moon, it's like a new beginning. So I think something's going to happen with this new moon. Now, like I said, it doesn't matter what new moon that you run into. When a new moon is coming for you, something is going to happen in this with the new moon. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's something that you've been trying to manifest, or this is why I think that you've leveled up. Okay, the energy is getting heavy here. Ooh, okay, this one, rhythm. Okay, this again is, look on the bottom is harmonic resonance. This is a Mayan deck. And these cards have just been like so cool to work with. I love them. Okay, let's see here. And then of course on the bottom was surrender. So I'm going to keep that. Let's see what else is going to come out. And then on the bottom, when I pulled out this deck too, I thought it was weird that they'd want this deck. It's manifesting magic. And it says you are creating your life based on the intentions you send out into the universe. It's all divine timing. What are you working on now is divinely guided. Okay, I'm just going to flip these cards over. They want this one too. Star gathering. Stars aligned, remembering home, soul, family. You know, and that's funny too, because this one here says, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. You know, and there was something else I read. I don't know if it's one of these cards that spoke about embracing your weirdness and that too. So let me just flip these over here for a second here. And I want to see, okay, so spirit relationship. Let me move these here. Let me put these here like this. Be the real you. Oops. Good grief, Nuki. Can you stop chewing that bone? Thank you. For the moment. She's giving me dirty looks. Okay. So break free. Okay, do you want this card? Okay, no. Alright. Put that there then. Okay, so this break free, an agency, and then unveil. So many decks going on here. Spirit, what are you doing to me? Alright. There's something in these cards, and I'm not familiar with them. It's a fairly new deck, and I don't know what these are all about here. So break free. Have you been feeling stuck lately, or perhaps you're being inflexible? When this card comes up, it's very much a sign that you need to break free or be more flexible and fluid, change direction, or adopt a new circumstances. Albert Einstein is often quoted as having said, the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. While the exact words he used are debated, the sentiment is clear, being open to new ideas and adjusting your thinking as we learn more is a sign of real wisdom. Have a proper think about this today. It may be you are mentally stuck and it's making you feel like your whole life is stuck. But this card's message is that you can be adaptable. You can change your life. Now is the time to ask if you're stuck in a rut. We all need to shake things up every now and then. Moving forward is key now. You have the power to unlock your freedom. So use it. Break free from old patterns and embrace a more flexible, original approach. Embrace your weirdness. Yeah, there we go. Embrace your weirdness. So that they brought that up twice here with this card here. It says embrace your weirdness. Oh, both exact words. Look, embrace your weirdness and embrace your weirdness. Okay, so agency. I don't know what agency. What is this here? You may feel a little trapped in your current situation, but don't give up. You need to take charge. You have agency. Not to control, but rather to guide and steer. If you've been trying too hard to control everything, this card comes up to remind you to release your grip. You are far less stuck than you think you are. Liberation lies ahead for those willing to claim it. I saw that card, Liberation. Hold on. When I pulled out this deck, I think this was on the bottom. Yeah, the Liberation card's on the bottom. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. So you are... Nuki, do you want to go out? The chewing on the bone is kind of obnoxious, actually. Okay. Now is the time to tune into the energies of the dark moon, because there's going to be a new moon tomorrow. So it says it comes pretty much the day before the new moon. You're going to start to feel the rebirth of your power. As soon as you're ready to move out of fear, you've been through enough now to know you're ready to take that step forward. There is a sense that your life is about to open up in ways you perhaps didn't think were possible. You have the power to influence and direct your own life. Walk away from fear towards something very different and have the agency to do it. Release dependency. Be your own boss. Stand up for yourself. You're as good as them. And hoe your own row. So it's like planting your seeds, basically. Okay, so what's on veil? Let's see here. Oh, that's 5. I thought that was a 3. On veil. What are you actually scared of in this situation you're asking about, or that you find yourself in? What is it about the situation that worries you most? Worrying too much can slow you down in every way. One of the best ways to see off worries, like this, is to draw back the curtain on them, unveil them, so to speak. Think about where they came from. Where did they start? That will give you a really good idea of how to get past your current biggest issue. Then take the lead in your own life and start to heal what you can. If you're asking about a home or family matter, this card is a good omen for you. But again, you need to work out while you're worried where the fear comes from and what you're really scared of. Once you clear all your fears, it's easier to work out the steps you need to take to move through them. Place less faith in your ability to control everything and more trust in the universe. So working through the insecurities, call a loved one, stop torturing yourself, talk to a counselor, surround yourself with people you love. Now, where was that card that was was it this one? That was about the soul family. The star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul family. So I wonder if that is what's going on. It has to do with your family. You know, those things do tend to, they're talking about the healing too. You know, these cards talk about the healing, right? Okay, so, ignore my fingernails. I was digging in the dirt and I just can't seem to get it. It's like it's embedded. Even though I had gloves on, it like worked itself right through the dirt, the gloves. Okay, so you're not for everyone. Being the real you. A surrender. The surrendering is really what's going to break you free. I'm going to pull out another one of these here. Divine timing is on the bottom, but we're going to just see here. Dream come true. Your dreams are coming true because you stayed true to your heart's desire. And what does this one say here on the bottom? The Stargate heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. Oh, this one's split. Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher awakening, divine magic. Yeah, I'm telling you that with this new moon, it's going to create some kind of new beginning here. You know, and I think I think this is where this heart, I keep wanting to say, I was trying to say the third eye, but it kept coming out heart. The initiation, jeez, not initiation, intuition, connection, signs, inspiration. You know, 38's 11 too. You know, we have 3 here, and 21 breaks down to a 3. So we have 3, 3. Okay, is there anything else here? Purging process. Yeah, that's what I think this new moon's going to do. It's going to start purging. You may be currently experiencing emotional discomfort that is disrupting your inner peace. So there's going to be some kind of purging process happening with this new moon. That's why there's like healing codes here. So there's going to be some kind of important information. wounds are healed, recharging. Do you need to go out? Okay, she's got her arse in the air about something. Initiation. Yeah, there's some kind of initiation going on here. All right, let's see what else we have here. The Tree of Life, number 10, no joke. It's your divine blueprint. Yeah, see, they're Tree of Life. Arise. Whoa. Breathe the sun. Share space. I'm trying to come out. Okay, I'm not going to take that. Let's see what else is here. Okay, I'm ready when you are, Spirit. Synchronicity. Okay. So you're going to see this through the synchronicities. Okay. Let's set this here. Karma. There's nothing from a past life that cannot be addressed in the current life. Okay, yeah, they're definitely clearing up. This new moon's going to bring whatever new moon that you come across. This is your synchronicity that it's gonna happen. Okay. You know, I just realized like they have 3 and 3 here, and then on this card there's 3 dots. Whoa, okay. Look at that, Sun God. Didn't I just already have a card here that was something about the sun? Oh my God, I started off with this card, Raphael, on the bottom. Raphael's all about the healing. Raphael has spoken. My name means God heals, and I am sending you my light. You will receive the gift of divine order on every level. And that has to do with all these auras. So on every level. Okay, one of these here. Okay. Yeah, the bottom of the deck here is like weight of the world, boundaries, let go. It's not yours to carry. You know, and I noticed that they're talking a lot about breaking free. You know, I see a lot of these hands in the air, like releasing, like she's on the cliff releasing, she's on the edge of the ocean releasing. There's another card too that I saw that was like some kind of releasing happening. Oh, it's this one, I think. Yeah, although the surrender is releasing. Okay. Let's see what else you want here, Spirit. Messenger. Serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. You know, I did know that, just checking here, knowing that there was going to be some kind of extraterrestrial message because, just because of the certain decks, like when they ask me to bring out certain decks, I always know that is the indication that you're going to receive some kind of higher level message. So this is coming from like the star beings, yeah. I'll just say that. The bottom is the Morgan, weaver of fate. Introspection, opposition, antipathy. It's really weird today too, which is something that I don't usually do, but I found and saw a lot of feathers. I mean, like a lot. Like I found a silver one, a black one, a white and black white one. It was just like, I didn't pick them up, but, I just kept noticing, like, what's up with all the feathers today? Okay, what do you want here, Spirit? Eternal servitor, the ancient wanderer, hope, incompleteness, yearning. This could be something that you've been wanting for a really long time, like a new leveling up. And I do believe that there's a new leveling up going on, because when there's new leveling up, you're dealing, every time you level up, you deal with a different type of negative energy, right? I was actually saying to somebody there that, it's always the same thing though. It's always the same type of energy. It's like they don't have anything new, that they attack you with. It's always the same type of thing. We have the used book. Yeah, it's always the same old stuff. Exactly. Okay, so let's see what's in here they want us to know. Protagonist. I think this has to do with you being on the right path. Let me just double check that though. I don't know what these, I don't use these enough. Leader, champion, prominence. Yeah, you're being leveled up. Definitely. The protagonist drives the action forward. This is not a supporting character on the sidelines. It's the person at the center of the story, and that's you. When this card arrives, it's a reminder, a lead rather than follow. Leading takes many forms, and it could mean spearheading a project at work, championing a community project, or leading by example in your personal life. What are your values, and how do you express those values through your actions? Basically what I was talking about, like with your auras, like your with all the level of auras that you have, those 9 auras. Okay, let me see what else is here. It's on the bottom, home. Look at that. And I kept saying heart too. This might have a lot to do with the family situation, because it was bringing up like the soul family and the DNA type family. And this is talking about like remembering home. Yeah, remembering home. Your real home is the stars, not this earth. This card doesn't want to come out. It's on the bottom. The root chakra, ground and center. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's going to be really important to try to ground every day with this new moon, because I was getting how with the new moon coming in, it's like a new beginning. It's like starting again. So with these new energies that are coming in with the sun, and there's a lot happening energetically, right? That we don't see. I mean, we feel it. We just don't see it. So you want this one too? Okay. Soul song, number 5. Number 5, well, it will be 41 works out to a 5. So. Okay, let's see here. grief. My hands keeps going numb. Oh, this one, the deck upside down? Oh, just this card. Insight. You know, they keep showing how, like, the importance of this connection from the earth to the ethers, basically. What else? Did I get them all? Okay, I got them all. There's a lot of going on here. What's this? Courage. Let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. Yeah, following those synchronicities. Free yourself from lies and deception and live your truth. Shine in your own light. Other people's truths are not. They're of no use to you. Spirit relationships, yeah. I think what they're trying to say is to let go of these family members that you don't, or these people that you just don't resonate with. Follow the signs. I was just talking about that. Follow the synchronicities. You know, because this is like following the steps that are shown to you. You know, this elephant gives me Ganesh too. So that's all about like manifesting your dreams and desires. Very interesting here. See who this is here. Mother of Dawn, the emissary, beauty, agency, compassion. Look at that. So you have agency here. And the Mother of the Dawn. Where was that card that was showing that had the sun coming up? Oh, I don't know where I saw that now. Oh, this one. Yeah, the rooting one. With the sun. And then you have the sun god here. Be the real you. The emissary. Beauty, agency, and compassion. Again, you know, I keep seeing the arms like out like this. So I think, oh yeah, I just noticed this one too. You know, I'm starting to think that this is your moment of time of receiving. Because, you know, before you were always giving, 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 but now I think it's coming to the time to receive. Yeah, I think it's going to be time to receive. Okay. Let's see what else goes here. You're not for everyone. Earthed. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. You know, being the real you. You're not for everyone. You know, I just keep getting this aura here that's surrounding you. All these different colors of auras. You know, your auras shine on the earth too. They shine wherever you go. Learning to be human. Ugh, that's not easy either. Because, you know, we all come from planets that, you know, there's no war. It's just a lot of love and peace. And, you know, and see that we have number 21 and 21, which is more threes. So we have 3, 3, 3, 3. You know, there's certain types, you know, this one here for the internal servitor. You know, I think that you might have been serving different planets for many generations, I want to say. So I think you might have helped to bring peace and love and hope to other planets before this planet. So being the real you here, you know, I keep getting that you've served other Because you've given so much, like, you know what I mean? I think this is why you're now going to be at the point of receiving, because you haven't just given in this lifetime, you've given in others. What's wrong, Star? She's groaning, but I think she was just stretching there. I think she's a little sore from the running around. Okay, so let me just move some of these here, over here. I want to get over here. I want to see what's going on here. So we have, you're breaking free. You know, I think this, I don't know if you feel this, but, you know, I think you might believe that this is your last lifetime here. Surrender. Let's see what else is here. What is this here? Restore. I think that's restoring the balance. You know, this number 1 gives me the new beginning. 2. What's this one? Wow. The joy of life. You know, see how all this liquid's pouring out of this cup? It's this bird. To me, it represents, I don't know if that's what this card means, but this bird represents the phoenix. And this bird is also pouring into this cup. I believe your cups are going to end up overflowing. Your abundance and whatnot is going to overflow. Keep looking and see what the dog is doing. She's acting a little off there. Something's going to be restored here. I'm going to put this here. So the unveil is going to be the joy of life. When you look beyond the veil, the slamming of doors and the screaming that goes on in this house, it's just enough to drive a person insane. Star gathering. Star gathering. You know, I keep getting the same message that they're going to be restoring some kind of like healing you in some way with these healing codes, with this new moon coming in this month. And well, anytime you find this at any new month, I think they're going to bring, like, every new month from here to the end of this year, or maybe even forever, because they're using the moon cycles to help you purge, release, renew, purge, release, renew, upgrade. Okay, so purge, release, renew, upgrade. Purge, release, renew, upgrade. So the ground and center. You know, this is really important for this grounding. You know, I see that, you know, this is what's bringing a lot of this restoring. You know, they actually had me do that today. They had me go and walk barefoot on the ground today, like at the lake. And surprisingly, the weather's been very cold, but the lake was actually quite warm. Star seer. Wow. This is actually quite amazing, because this ladder here, this is where you're leveling up. Every time you do, like I was saying, every time, you know, you do release, renew, upgrade, right? So every time that happens, you're going to upgrade another rung on the ladder. You know, I've been noticing 1010 out here too on the board. Wow. It's a beautiful card. They're doing a lot of energy work here with the sun. They're using the sun to their advantage here. So what is this here? The classics. You know, it's funny they're bringing up the classics. I don't know what that card means. I'll have to look that up. What's this one here? Soul Family. 36. You know what? I was just talking about that soul family too, about how, you know, in the very beginning when I was talking about the auras. Both light codes. Look at that right underneath it, Central Sun. Abundance, downloads, regeneration, success. Yeah, this is, I know this is exactly what they're doing. They're definitely doing that. They're using the moon cycles and they're using the sun. Absolutely. Okay, the classics. You know, this is completely different from the first time I did this aura reading. I think I'm going to post both of them because I have a feeling that that it has to do with both, because it seems weird that I ended up having to do this twice. So this card here is reliability, timelessness, and mastery. Like I said, these readings are timeless. So when the classic shows up in your reading, it's an invitation to embrace is time-tested and reliable. Do you have a favorite routine that grounds you in times of uncertainty? And then you have the root chakra with ground and center here. A longtime friend you can rely on, an approach that helped you achieve a goal in the past. Lean on an old classic rather than reinventing the wheel. This card can also signify creating a masterpiece that will stand the test of time. Whether it's a partnership, project, or anything else, how can you make this timeless work of art? So again, this talks about the manifesting. Like there's something that you could be manifesting. Ancient wanderer. It's your soul family. You know, you could be connecting with your guides. They could be bringing in, like if you're not connecting with your guides right now, that could be something that, you know, because when I was looking at this card here, this eye kept jumping out at me as like a third eye vision, having the sight. You know, and the library card keeps jumping out here. You know, this kind of gives me the Akashic Records too. What's the Ark? I don't know what the Ark is. Ugh, I gotta look up what this Ark is. I haven't seen this card before. I don't know what this could be at all. Passage of time, transformation, and growth. You know, that's, again, they're talking about the time. When the arc appears, it signifies that you've been on a journey. Perhaps you finished a significant undertaking. You're celebrating a milestone. The up-leveling, I'm telling you. Where's that one with the ladder? Where's that card? The ladder. Oh, this one, yeah. The Star Seer, number 46. So the arc here is you're celebrating a milestone, or there's going to be a private transformation in your life that others don't necessarily know about. Celebrate how far you've come. Honor all the effort it took to get here and how you've changed. Who you were before and who you are now. Exactly. Because when you go through these changes, these people that... Hold on, I'm going to mess with the mic for a second here. These people that you've... So the people, like... Because I noticed that they were kind of bringing up about the DNA family here. Like in the very beginning. Because the DNA family you know, probably has let you down in many ways, or friends even, like, you know, not for all of us, but for many of us that they have, because you've changed so much, they are not going to recognize you because you've done a lot of internal work. So that's why, like, I do believe that the abundance is going to start coming in for a lot of people, because I think a lot of people are on their path, they're on the right path. They're following the synchronicities. They're following the signs. And when you follow the signs and you follow your synchronicities and you educate yourself in all of that, it brings in your soul family, your soul tribe. You know, there's a lot about like the star gathering, the star seer, the soul family, like all these kind of things here. And, you know, they're talking a lot about this initiation. And, you know, I see that they're using like the moon cycle here, the new moon, because the new moon is always the beginning, right? And so every month you might notice like you know, you might not notice it. It might be so discreet that you don't notice it. But over time, like say, you know, maybe 4 months from now, you know, that little bit, little bit each time. And then you're going to look back and go, oh yeah, I can really see the difference here. I can see the change. I can see how like I've upgraded into this or I've upgraded into that, or how things have, you know, my abundance is coming in, or how the, you know, your DNA is like activating and whatnot. So what's this here for rhythm? And then I'm going to close the reading. Find that book. Rhythm. I'm going to look it up. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, these are numbers, right? Is this 3? Rhythm, yeah. 1, 2, 6. Rhythm. Luminous triangle made visible. Feel the pulse of the sacred current calling you home. The ancient wanderer, the emissary, the soul family, the soul gathering. Oh my God. If there's going to be a soul gathering, this could happen in your sleep. Okay. So soul gatherings happen when they are doing an initiation on a group of people. Oh my God, they're going to use the new moon. Oh, this is freaky cool. So there's going to be like, that's why they brought out the Firebird, the joy of life. You know, notice this cup here, it's all this like liquid, and then these look like water droplets. Okay, they kept showing me the Phoenix deck here in my mind's eye while I was when I had that epiphany here. Okay, so oh look, insight, yeah. There's so if they're going to be doing like a gathering of star seeds, they're star seers, they're going to start gathering so that you can start your ascension, a higher ascension. So maybe they're going to call you all together and do like a group healing here with doing some healing codes with this star gathering. Okay, this is cool. All right, this is awesome. Okay, so what is here? What are you trying to tell me here? Life is a gift. Life is a gift. And I was just talking about this card. It says the joy of life. And these birds are almost the same color. Look at that. life is a gift. They're going to gift you something. Maybe bring some more joy into your life. You're going to be gifted. There's going to be some kind of abundance or a gift or something coming in here. I think that's what it is. It's going to be, because a lot of us have really gone through a lot of really hardships. And, we've had to deal with a lot of, purging of energies and alchemizing other people's energies. And it's really been a lot for, a lot of us have really been doing a lot of work that, has been unseen. Not by the universe, but by just people, right? Yeah, the dark thoughts. Yeah, they're going to remove any dark thoughts. The key to mastery. Oh my God. Okay, so they're going to remove all these dark thoughts, and it'll give you the key to mastering. And the mastering is of the manifesting of the abundance. They're going to do a gathering here, do this healing codes. And that's why they were talking all up here about what is it that you've been thinking. That's why they want you to think about it. That's why they want you to have these like questions and question it, because when you question it, that allows them to come in with these energies. When they gather you together, they'll be able to do these healing codes. I mean, this is going to happen on a level that you're not even going to be aware that it's happening. But this star seer here, it's going to then put you on a whole new trajectory to follow a different path or to increase your path or something to that effect, because they're saying here that, like, because you're learning how to be a human in the world but not of it, you're not for everyone. Spirit relationships, being the real you. Oh my God, they're going to help you be like. And then the soul family, your soul family is coming in to help guide you through this. Yeah, absolutely. That's what they're doing. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so let me finish this rhythm here. Okay. I knew I was missing something here. I just couldn't catch it. Okay, so this is called, like this here is number 3, rhythm, which is movement, change, flow, current, creativity, integration, sacred trinity, comfort in the change, non-struggle, floating downstream, non-resistance, and cooperative alliance. 3 is the ray of rhythm, the galactic heartbeat of natural flow. This universal river offers you movement, and all possibilities flow within its pulse. Open yourself to its current of change. Become comfortable with the process of transformation. That's why they kept showing me the Firebird. They kept showing me the deck. In my mind's eye. Float downstream in non-resistance to what is being offered for your growth in daily life. Struggle itself is an indication of the functioning of ego rather than your essence, which knows that in truth, flow and change is the nature of reality. Drawing the number 3 suggests that there is something you desire to change or integrate into the natural flow of your life. Become the third point of light, created from the integration of polarity. Feel the pulse of the sacred trinity within you, revealing a new creation. Allow it to integrate that which has seemingly been lost, separated, or obscured from your sight. I was talking about the sight, spirit. If you have a tendency to be scattered in your creativity, focus your creative energy, align with the intention to express your truth. No, now is the time for the great mystery to reveal itself through you, the veil, the great mystery. And see, and there's the classic. That was all about your creativity. Know yourself as the capstone of light. Allow your creativity to express the beauty and inspiration of your spiritual journey. Wow. That's pretty cool. That was on page 127. That breaks down to a 10. And the star seer breaks down to a 10. Well, that's really cool. Yeah. So, like I said, I think that's really what's going to happen. That's cool. Well, I love that. It's a purging process. Yeah, exactly. They just showed me this card. Oh, look at that right underneath it. Oh my God, right underneath that. Oh my God, right underneath that. No way. Okay. So it's like purging process. So you may be currently experiencing emotional discomfort that is disrupting your inner peace. And then it's like life force energy. I think something about that came up before. So it is time to engage in activities that rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. And then it came out reevaluation. So again, number 1 is a new beginning. Number 9. Okay. And we have reevaluation here, which is it's time to reevaluate your present circumstances and begin to make changes where changes are needed. That's why I was saying, like, you need to go through that thinking process and decide, what is it that is, like, still kind of bothers you a little bit, because that's where they're going in this gathering. Oh, I think what they're going to do is they're going to put, like, okay, so say you have like DNA, family issues, they'll group you into this group. And then say you're having like creativity issues, they'll group you in this group. And then that's why they're doing like a star gathering. They're going to bring in the soul family for each group of you. Well, that's kind of cool. Okay, what's this one? The path of least resistance. Yeah, when all doors seem to be closed, it's because you have not tried to open the correct one yet. They're going to help you do that. They're going to help once they purge this energy, once they purge this. Yeah, look right underneath it. It's slipped with friendship and make your dreams come true. Look, I split on dark thoughts again. Okay, because, these 3 cards, or these 2 cards that they talk about too. So, like whatever these dark thoughts that are going on, to overcome the weakness. Because these dark thoughts are bringing in a weakness. And this is what they're going to remove. Oh, this is going to be really cool. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the collective as a whole, like within the next like 3 to 4 years. There's going to be a huge... Oh, divine feminine. What? Abundance. Look, I just split it on abundance. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of abundance going. Well, breathe the sun. No joke. Keep splitting it on the same cards. What's this one? Temple of Truth. Authenticity. Self-expression. No joke. Okay. Let's pull out a few tarot cards here. Let's see. Oh my God, the Fool. I shuffled this. The Fool was on the bottom. I shuffled it and Fool's back on the bottom. I'm telling you, this is a new beginning. This is a whole new start. Especially with this new moon coming in. What is this? The 6 of Wands. This is leadership and success. Yeah, they're going to be successful doing this. That's right. Oh my God, the Magician's on the Shaman. That's a Magician. 4 of Wands was on the bottom. Underneath that, which is all about celebration. Okay, let me turn it this way here. The Queen of Cups. See how this, it looks like releasing, right? Releasing what no longer serves you. Seeing this whale here, this is about going deep. Like this whale goes deep down in the depths of the ocean, like so deep down that I don't think humans can even go. Because, they come up with those big suction cups from the squid, the giant squid that's down there. This is where you go down there and you deal with all those deep emotions and pain and sorrow and hate that you've been dealing with. You go down to those deep, but then when you come to the surface, you need that time to rest. So that's why they're using the new moon. So every month they use the new moon to start new, and then you go through the whole month, and then like the full moon is where you're like releasing, and the quarter moon you know, you release and all that. And then you're back at the beginning of a new month again, the new moon. And each time they're going to do gathering and they're going to slowly release it. So what's this here? The Two of Cups. This is about kindred spirits. It could be union of marriage and love, soulmates, friendships. See, each time, this is where they're going to be doing like this soul family. So this could actually be happening. It's not just happening in the astral when you're sleeping, but this could actually come for you in the waking hours, you know, because they did bring up in that when I did the last one too. I'm going to post both of the readings. I think I'm going to post them together because they had me do 2 readings here because I did think maybe the other, because they shut the video off. You know, too, because they're showing me this, like they were showing me this third eye, and with the ladder going up here to the star, you know, this is kind of giving me, like with the Queen of Cups here, because the Queen of Cups is somebody that is really intuitive. So I think that your intuition is going to start becoming more online or lined up with your soul, your soul family, with your star family, because with this releasing, it's giving me that, with the releasing of these dark thoughts and whatever emotions that you've been dealing with and going through and processing, it's going to help your intuition increase. It's going to help your emotional intelligence. Because with the shaman here too, the shaman in this, well, this deck it's called the shaman, but in the regular deck it's called the magician. The magician is the one that has, you know, mastered, you know what I mean? It's about mastery. The elements, and you know, the star represents the elements, all the elements, the air, the fire, the water, spirit. You know, because you're not just going to master like your emotions, and you're going to be able to master your creativity. You're going to be able to master, this is going to bring in abundance and everything. Everything's going to, oh my God, I just flipped it over. Look, the universe. The universe is making this all happen, I'm telling you. Yeah, the judgment's here. You know, the judgment is a lot about like the judgment of self. Yeah, they're going to be clearing this judgment of self. Any judgments of, you know, that you've had. Look, I split on Fool. I'm telling you, it's a new beginning. They're going to be purging all this stuff here. Yeah, anything that you've been crying over, the 5 of Cups, they're going to help release all of this. Okay, so it goes like this. Sorry, Spirit. So it goes like this. Because you're going to, this judgment here, all this mastering is going to happen. And then we have the 2 of Cups, and then it's the new beginning. I really do think that there could be a new friendships, relationships, finding your soul tribe, finding your, you know, we have the Emperor on the bottom too. You know, and I noticed that they showed me the Divine Feminine here. Can't remember where that went. Oh, I just split that on Divine Masculine. Well, Divine Masculine, and you have the Emperor. This is the action and the thinking. Oh, there's the Divine Feminine right there. Look. So you have, oh my God. Divine Feminine. Divine Masculine. The Emperor. The Abundance. You have the Queen of Cups. Page of Cups. This is about your dreams. This is all about your dreams. You know, this white dragon, it really looks like a swan. Or maybe it is a swan. It is a swan carrying a fish. But the Page of Cups is all about your dreams coming true. All the dreams that you've always had, they're all coming true. They're going to come true. This is really cool. I'm going to split this one more time. It's that. The Knight of Pentacles. It's all the hard work. And you see here you have the doe and the masculine, the stag and the doe here. I think a lot of people are going to start bringing in their, if that's what they want, right? Because this is, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is all about material security, expansion, that hard work. Okay. Oops. Look in the sun on the bottom of that. The Chariot, jeez, just keeps coming. You know, they're bringing out the sun a lot. They really are using the sun to help activate a lot of people. Okay, I guess that's it. I don't have anything else. Arise, yeah. Okay, Spirit, is that it? It is, okay. So I'm just going to send you all my love and light. Yeah, do some meditation. Do some meditation to... you know, sort out what it is that you want to bring in and create and whatever it is. Because when they do this gathering every month to begin the new month, it will help with, to speed things along for you, right? With that Chariot that came up. Okay, that's all I have. And so I'm going to send you all my love and light. And thanks everyone for all that healing love for my dog, because it really helped her. And I'm going to bid you a good day. And I hope that the new beginning of this month and every month is going to be very prosperous for you. Bye, everyone.